Today's video will discuss vibrato and describe exactly what vibrato feels like and how you can try to achieve it mentally. I've done one other video on vibrato that was kind of annoying because it was like, vibrato basically happens when you're singing well, which is true. But in this video, I want to get even more specific about what vibrato feels like and what you can think about mentally to activate vibrato while you're singing. Let's just shake hands over the internet really quickly. My name is Felicia, and you can call me Fel. I'm a professional voice finder, meaning I help you find your voice because I believe your singing voice is already inside you. And it's just my job to give you the simplest tips and the simplest cues that are going to allow you to get out of your own way mentally and see results fast. So we all know what vibrato sounds like, right? It's when you have that slight oscillation in pitch that varies a note from straight tone. Straight tone is when you don't have any vibrato. No vibrato there. Now, vibrato is something that we do control. It's not something that just happens automatically if you don't try to achieve it. So here are the steps that I want you to go through to try to find your own vibrato. The first non-negotiable aspect of vibrato that unfortunately I'm going to fast forward through is that you do want to be practicing good technique. And I submit to you the whole of my YouTube channel and my singing courses online for you to develop that technique, because we can't get into it in a short video like right now. But basically, you want to make sure you have good breath support that creates a seal with your vocal fold. So when you go to sing, you exhale, right? And you want to make sure that when you go to do this, you're exhaling in such a way that your cords are vibrating evenly and not leaking too much air. A tone that's leaking air sounds kind of whispery. It's like this. It's like, I'm singing and I'm leaking air. So let's just assume you've done all the legwork and you have great breath support and that you're creating a nice seal with your vocal fold, so that you don't leak air or create an unhealthy vibration that has any grating or any strain. Once you do that, the first step toward achieving vibrato is to not think of it as happening here, but instead to migrate your mental eyesight to right here in the back of your mouth, kind of like you're smiling. If you were to smile or laugh, ha ha ha, you would feel the back of your mouth kind of raised. That's your soft palate. And that, believe it or not, is where we actually feel or perceive vibrato. When it's time for singers to engage vibrato or create it, a lot of times they falsely think it's an effort that feels like right from here. But in fact, it feels like a little flicker or a little tickle in the back of your mouth. It's crazy. It's like when you hit a note, when I'm about to do vibrato, it's almost like I feel like I'm laughing or I'm tickling myself in the back of my mouth. It doesn't involve my throat at all. Now, second bit of advice. Accompanying that feeling of a tickle or a flicker is actually the sensation that you are releasing or lifting up slightly. And what I mean by that is that you're relieving a little bit of pressure. When we hit a note, as I said, it's basically your breath creating a seal against your vocal folds, and then however much you decide to open your vocal folds, that basically determines your pitch, okay, or how your sound comes out. I'm fast forwarding through that as well. But when it's time for vibrato to happen, rather than feel like we're pushing more, or giving more breath or creating more pressure, it actually feels like the opposite. It feels like a slight lift up, like we're relieving a little bit. It's a little bit more give. It's allowing your vocal folds to kind of chill out just slightly. These are micro feelings and micro adjustments, but I really wanted to get into the nitty-gritty of what it feels like because I know so many of you might feel lost when it's time to try to create vibrato. On the flip side, what you don't want to do when it's time to create vibrato is push down or add more effort. And this often happens in the throat and leads to what's often called a vocal wobble. A vocal wobble sounds like this. And as I'm doing it, I can feel my larynx and kind of my voice box just kind of shaking around. And it ends up being a huge jump between pitches versus a vibrato, which is much lighter, much more subtle. Hear the difference? So if you ever get the urge to press down, don't. It's actually the opposite feeling. You can sort of think of it like gas pedals in a car. When you go to sing straight tone, it's like you're pressing on the gas, and then rather than press forward to speed up and create wobble for vibrato, you want to just lift up ever so slightly on that pedal to create vibrato. So to recap, that sensation of a slight lift or give or release combined with that flicker or tickle feeling not in the throat but in the back of your mouth near your soft palate, and good breathing technique and vocal technique in general will lead to healthy and, I think, pleasing vibrato. Thanks so much for watching, my dudes. I know vibrato can be an elusive topic, but I really worked with a lot of singers and I find that these cues are what get them to start experimenting more with vibrato. So let me know if these triggers or these mental images help you to find your vibrato more easily. And if you liked this video, definitely check out my channel. I have tons of singing tips videos that will help guide you through that process of building your technique. Also, if you're a singer who sometimes gets confused about how to warm up on your own, you don't really know how to practice, I teach a completely free vocal warm-up series. It's at freevocalwarmups.com, and it's a series of videos and audio downloads and text guides that basically show you the simplest and most effective way to practice on your own to get some good results. So definitely check it out if you're interested. Well, thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna sing my goodbye. No, I'm not. Yes, I am. Goodbye. And did you hear that vibrato? It was just flickering. A little smile in the back of my mouth. I will see you guys very soon. Goodbye. With that vibrato just flickering in the back of my mouth.